What's going on, guys? So this is my 2014 Chevrolet Silverado. You can see I've got the whole front end tore apart right here. Well, it was tore apart. Right now just the tire's been removed. The reason I did that is I brought the truck into Pet Boys for an oil change, which I don't normally do, and I was told that my lower control arm on the passenger side was either bad or shot. Now let me show you the tire that came off. You can see what the tire looks like, the tire that came off. Okay, so that's the tire that came off. So I went ahead and I replaced the upper control arm and the lower control arm. Let me show you the old stuff. Okay, so this is my upper control arm. You can see there's the upper ball joint. That's not good. There's a lower ball joint, lower control arm, and lower ball joint, and you can see this is not only is it pressed in, but it's crimped in. So I'm not a mechanic. I was not going to work on that. Pet Boys gave me a quote of like $2,500 or something like that, and I've got a 50/50 warranty that I'm going to call and cancel. And the way the 50/50 warranty works is my warranty place would have covered 50% of the cost, which is like $1,200 or whatever. So $2,500 to replace the two arms on this side and the two arms on the other side, and an alignment. Whenever you do your arms or your torsion rods, or whatever, you need to get an alignment done. So I decided to do the arms myself. I was hoping I wouldn't have to remove the steering knuckle, but I did have to remove the steering knuckle. And the whole point of this video here is I'm going to show you what I ran into, show you the issues I ran into, because if this is a project you're looking to do, I'm just going to kind of give you a heads up of as far as what you need to be aware of. Like I said, I was hoping to do it without removing the steering knuckle. Had I just removed the steering knuckle from the beginning, it would have been a lot easier. So let's go down in here. I don't have anything torqued down. I'm not going to give you any torque specs, but I'll give you bolt sizes. So this here from my upper arm is this nut. It's 24 millimeter. This bolt is 24 millimeter, and you can see the mark right there. Okay, and you can see the mark right there. I've got it marked because this is part of your alignment, and you want to do that just to get it kind of in place until you go down and get a proper alignment, which I'm not going to do for probably 6 months or so. Anyway, so this is the upper control arm right here. You can see, and the nut is down here. It's an 18 millimeter. You've got a 10 millimeter nut here that holds your brake line and your wheel speed sensor. This is just a little hinge clip, if you will. You need to get a little screwdriver in here, pop it open, it'll hinge open. Technically it's supposed to be like that, but I don't know, that just looked too tight for me, so I just kind of clamped it in like this. I did end up removing the wheel speed sensor, which you're gonna have to do if you remove the steering knuckle. So I removed these bolts and I removed the nut for the upper ball joint, and I smacked it with a sledgehammer right here and right here, but it just would not. I couldn't get it to break. So do yourself a favor, go to AutoZone or O'Reilly or someplace and get yourself one of these. And I'll show you what I did. Make sure you're also going to need one of these, because unless you have a 36 millimeter socket in your arsenal, which I do not. So what you're going to do is, when you get in here with the pickle fork, you're going to put it right in here. You don't care if that upper ball joint gets damaged because you're replacing it. Now, just to let you know, I was told that my lower ball joint was bad, and why I'm replacing the arms. Well, you can't replace the upper ball joint by itself. It's even though it's pressed in or whatever. I think this one here, I can press out the ball joint, press in the ball joint, but from the factory, you couldn't do it on a Silverado. You couldn't put in a just an upper control arm. You couldn't upper ball joint. You couldn't just press it out and press the new one in. Lower ball joint you could, but like I said, it's crimped in, so I wasn't gonna mess with it. So anyways, yeah, once I popped that off, before I used my pickle fork here, I removed my caliper, and there's a bolt right here, 18 millimeter. There's an 18 millimeter bolt down here. Pull it off. I tied it up on one of the coil springs of the upper. Well, I had it tied off to here originally, because I was removing the upper control arm. But once I replaced everything, I had to pull it off of here, and I tied it off on the upper control arm. So I removed the caliper, and I removed the rotor. And then that was day one. Day two, I went ahead, and which was actually a couple days later. Today is September 15th, the day of my COVID test. If you're seeing this in 20 years from now, wondering what COVID is, just check the history books, look it up online, whatever. So then I went ahead and I put this back together, and I went ahead and I put the bolt on. I didn't torque it down, but I put the bolt on here to hold the upper control arm in place. Then I did my lower control arm. There's a bolt on this side. It's got an 18 millimeter head. Here, this nut holding it down, 24 millimeters. Okay, and I think the bolt for the lower ball joint, I believe, was 22 or 24 millimeter. Anyway, so I got everything, and these, your shock brackets from underneath, you're gonna need to put a 13 millimeter on there, and then this is 15 millimeter up here, 15 millimeter down here. Okay, and then here I believe these bolts holding this bracket in are 15 millimeters, because you're gonna have to pull this bracket off. You can see the bracket there. You're gonna have to pull that bracket off, because you can see there's the bolt right there, and it slides this way. Well, that's not that. The bolt is about twice as long as the amount of room that you see there. So I had to pop this bracket off and drop this down, and then slide the bolt through. And then putting the new one in was not really all that bad. Either of them was not all that bad. I did have a little bit of difficulty lining this up, my shock, or strut, whatever. I did have a little bit of difficulty lining it up, and right now it doesn't turn, and it should turn. But oh yeah, sorry, we can pop this dust cap off. There's a 36 millimeter nut in here, and you're going to break the axle out, and then this whole assembly is going to come off. Now when I was putting this together, you can see it's held up on jack stands, and you can see, and when I was putting this together, I did use my floor jack to kind of lift and lower accordingly so I could get stuff lined up. So that's, as of right now, that's what I have going on. But those are the issues I ran into. 18 millimeter, 21 millimeter, 22 millimeter, 24 millimeter, I do believe, and of course the excellent 36 millimeter, 10. Actually, no, I take it back. I think these were 10s for your strut assembly. So, anyways, but I got it all put back together, and I got to go ahead and I'm going to torque everything down now, and I'm going to put this tire. It's going right here, and this tire is going back there, and I am not going to get it aligned until I get when I get my income tax return. That's when I'm going to go ahead and get new tires and get it aligned. Right now, I'm just going to kind of get it in. I'm just going to bolt it up, and it's just going to be where it is until I can get the money. Right now I'm unemployed. I got laid off about 2 months ago. So anyways, that's what I got going on. I'll be doing a video on the belts. I just got some belts. So yeah, Pep Boys wanted $2,500 for the control arms and the alignment. I got the belts and the control arms on Amazon. They're Gates belts for like $400 for everything. So I'll be doing a video on the belts when I get to doing it. Right now, after I shoot this video, I am going to, like I said, put this tire. I'm going to torque all this down to proper torque spec, and I'm going to put this tire over here. I'm going to put the tire that was here in the back. I'd rather have the better tire in the steering position than in the accelerate position. You know, it's a gamble. Where do you put the bad tire? Do you want a chance sliding out, or do you want a chance, not being able to steer? So, but if this is a video that has helped you, or you're getting ready. I know before I do any of these projects, I check out YouTube, because I'm not a mechanic, and I must have looked at five videos or so. So if this is one of the videos you're looking at prior to you tackling this project, go ahead and give me a like. Go ahead and share it with someone who has a Silverado that may end up having to do this. And if you want to know what my next video is, there's no given topic per se. It is all up in the air as far as that's my alarm system, by the way, the beeping. It is up in the air as far as what I'll be shooting a video on. It just happens to be very Silverado heavy right now. So anyways, that's it for now. Until I shoot my Gates video, my Gates belt video, I will see you, or you will see me, when that video comes out. Thank you, and have a good day. Goodbye.